This is Flash Gigglespeed, standing at 5'6", 190 pounds. This might be the shortest running back ever to touch a football, and I promise you he has that dog in him. And many of the running back in today's world is just fast and like I outrun people, but Flash Gigglespeed, boom, will run right through you and get back up and say, I want some more. Absolutely talking about a player that can do it all. Juke. He would make you miss and make you feel like you shouldn't be playing football, but finally picking up some offers from Kansas State, Washington State, and Colorado State. He just absolutely got tired of being slept on. For 3 years, he was slept on, and going into round one playoff, he almost ended his career by almost breaking his neck. And fellas, this right here is what we call undisciplined football. Someone who might not ever touch a football again. He broke his neck, his collarbone, and also broke his leg. But guess what? Flash Gigglespeed got back in recovery and did not give up. He might have almost ended his career, but he was never ever gonna give up. He was gonna keep striving for better days. So going into signing day, he had 4 offers, literally 4 offers. He's the shortest running back to ever do it, but he absolutely will commit to Kansas State, a team that gave him a chance, and he will now be number 2 on the depth chart and has to work his way up. Going into Flash Gigglespeed first practice as a Wildcat, he had so much on his plate. Everyone was doubting him after all the injuries that he had. Many just didn't think he was gonna do it, and in practice, I'm not gonna lie, Flash Gigglespeed was getting humbled when he first got out there and not having any skill power or anything. I mean, he needed to upgrade his skills. I mean, that's why we're at practice. We're trying to get some XP to upgrade it, but Flash Gigglespeed absolutely fumbled the ball, and that was not a great look to coach. It's like after he took that last hit in his senior game, he hasn't just been the same, and he absolutely was thinking about the hit before he even got the ball, and that's how you get hurt again. But going into the next play in practice, he had a route, and I don't even know why the QB even threw that, but look at this, man. They were just bullying Flash Gigglespeed. They said, get over here, little buddy. You're the smallest thing out. And guess what? When you get back up, I'm going to hit you again for fun. And man, Flash Gigglespeed didn't like that, but coach said, keep working, son. You soon will be able to challenge the next string. On to our first game against FCS Midwest. This is a game on special teams. I show coach that I need to be the number 1 running back, and I absolutely broke a tackle, but got boomed. But absolutely being on the sideline, this was not the best thing to do. So I finally get to touch that field, and I'm over here blocking it on 3rd and 4. I'm just watching us do nothing. But absolutely being a special teams player, I said, let me bounce it outside, and man, I tell you, I saw a crease in Flash Gigglespeed. Said he was going to take it all the way, but got stopped at the 1, and you could see the look in his eyes. He said, I'm going to finally get to that end zone, but no, I just got caught short, and man, that hurt right there. After a great punt return and sitting back on the sideline, watching my team go in and score the touchdown that I should have had, it really hurt. So the next one, I said, let me go try to get another one, but no, sir, they wrapped and rolled me. So going back on punt again, man, that's the only time I was touching the field for real. So I hit a spin move, and man, that was nasty right there. But absolutely catching the ball across the middle, I stiff-armed this number 4. I tried to leave my mark out there, but going into the next play on 1st and 10, I came around that corner, laid a block. I'm a good player, man. You're lucky I'm blocking for you because I want your position. But absolutely catching it and almost getting an end zone. I was fired up just to be on the field. But getting back to the sideline, they absolutely didn't score, and I said, coach, that's why you put me in the game. Getting back on special teams where I performed the best. I break a tackle, but the team rallied the ball, and I'm back on kickoff return, and man, I was juking spin move. I about found the crease breaking tackles, but I didn't go anywhere. But on 3rd and goal, finally getting my first touchdown, man, I was hyped up. And on 2nd and 3, if you keep seeing that stutter step, that means I have to upgrade my XP, and that's what I gotta do. But juking and weaving, I absolutely got rolled to the ground, and on 2nd and 9, I catch another one. Nope, it didn't go to me. It went to the other receiver. But on 2nd and 4, absolutely making a miss. I'm finally hitting those, look at that, I'm hitting those holes, dodging and weaving and running defenders over. But on 1st and 10, I bounced it outside and got boomed. And man, we going to win our first game, and I end the game off with 13 carries, 65 yards, and 1 rushing TD. Going into our second practice, many don't know, but I'm out here on the hunt for that first string position at running back. I'm coming out here as hard as I can, but we got one of the greatest defenses, so it's just hard to run right past them. I mean, they're just rallying the ball and throwing me to the ground. Man, I'm tired of getting hit. I just want to be free, but absolutely trying to run right around them. I'm still getting hit, and then the quarterback pitching me the ball. It's like he don't want to see me win. Like, what is it with the quarterback and the running back? Their connection is too strong, so I have to break it. But catching a screen pass, absolutely finally get up the field, but not the end zone. Coach said next week you could challenge the next string. To our second game of the season against Louisiana, Ragin Cajuns. I don't even know how to say it, but on kickoff return, man, I hit that outside to start the game off in the rain. I didn't really like the rain, but I came here to play and absolutely laid a big block for this running back. I mean, I got a lot of love for him, so he better be lucky I'm out here blocking because I could be missing blocks. But absolutely laying a boom on first and goal. I come down here laying another big block, but he gets tackled. He's not good enough, coach. So on special teams, we're up 42-7, and I hit it outside, and man, I said I see that end zone, and I could try to juke. I don't know why, but it was a clipping call. I mean, it's like everybody hating on me. But catching another kickoff return, I'm going to bounce it out left every time. I seen a crease, but I didn't go anywhere. But on 2nd and 4, juke. Oh, man, try to spin move, but I'm going to try to get that first. But on 2nd and 11, absolutely hitting it right up the middle. That was a great run right there. And on 2nd and goal, I'm going to get in that box and say, this is mine. But we're going to win the game. I ended the game off of 6 carries, 25 yards, and 1 rushing TD. Going into the position battle against Treshaun Ward, it was absolutely time to take his spot because I've been hating on him the whole time. I just want your spot, buddy. But I've been trying to keep it cool, but absolutely breaking tackles and finally getting through the defense. I said, I'm going to break another one. And I was juking and weaving, trying to stay off that ground as much as I can, but they kept rallying the ball. So I said, I'm going to give it to you every time and try to run through him. And he tried to strip the ball. But absolutely, with 4 more reps left in practice, I have to get to the end zone. And I absolutely didn't. I failed. They said you put in good effort, but I failed. After failing that position battle, man, that kind of hit me hard, man. I was just sad the whole day. And I said, I got to make my mark in this next game. And I finally touched the field again. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take your pass because I want it. And it's going to be mine. And I absolutely scored my first receiving touchdown. And on kickoff, I said, I'm going to give it all I can. And absolutely almost stiff-armed him to get him off of me because he's a little boy. But on 3rd and 6, absolutely catching the ball. I said I was going to try to juke, but I got the first down. That was pretty good. But it being 17-14, I tried to run it straight up the middle. Then I bounced it outside because I seen a crease and hurdled, man. I just want it. This is somebody with passion that just wants it. He wants it all. On 3rd and 4, running the Texas route, I get the first down. And man, I was feeling good out there. Absolutely getting another punt return. I said, I'm going to try to take it to the crib. I bent that edge and no, I won't go. But absolutely had 0 carries on the day, man. I was still sad. I went to the room and cried. But just sitting in my room every night, sitting there looking myself in the mirror, just thinking, Treshaun Ward, how do I take his spot? I finally got my first touchdown in practice. And I said, buddy, I'm already got half of the skill points that coach want, and I'm going to get that spot. So I'm going to take that first string, but absolutely breaking a tackle, juking, getting back outside. I saw coach really needed to see. I just needed one more run in the books. And I said, I'm going to try to take this one to the crib. I didn't, but I already won it, running right up the middle. And this one, I'm just going to run as hard as I can. I finally won the position battle, and man, I've been dreaming about it. After winning that position battle, there was no other good way but upgrading my stats. I said I have to upgrade my stats before this first game. I have to come out here and show coach I have a 91 speed now. I'm an 83 overall, and I'm fired up for the next game. On to our first game against Texas. This was a Big 12 conference game, and I got to come out here and show coach that I'm going to absolutely dominate. And I didn't even get to the 25 and getting boomed the first play of the game. That wasn't a great look. And on 1st and 10, I got almost a first down, but didn't really do nothing. And that was not impressive. Coach is probably on that sideline right now regretting that he made me the #1 running back, but I have to prove him wrong. We were already down 10-0, and on 2nd and 7, I hit that outside. I had one man to beat. I juke inside and got hit, but apparently I went down and I got hurt. So guess what? Treshaun Ward was back out there to shine, and they went up 14-17, but I came back, juking and weaving, running defenders over and getting my touchdown and said, this is my spot. I will never give it back. And on 1st and 10, I absolutely made a miss and spin move for that first down. But on kickoff, it's 38-21, and I ran it right up the middle to go get it. And I was tired. I ain't gonna lie, I was tired. But on 1st and 10, I said, I'm gonna keep pushing. Let's go ahead and run this clock out. Well, actually, no, we don't need to run the clock out because we need the score. It's 29-45. They are winning. I'm out here getting hit as hard as they can. I get sent right back to the bench as I watch our quarterback throw a dot to the receiver. That was actually a great pass, but they put me back in on the goal line and I get another TD, and somehow, some way, we came back and won that ball game. 25 carries, 124 yards, and 1 rushing TD. But the next week being a bye week, it was time that we go to practice and absolutely dominate this week. I mean, it was no letting back. We have to keep this undefeated record if we want to go win a national championship. So we have to come and work like we are some dogs, and I was just giving it to them every play. I was running it straight down the middle, juking and weaving, and I was just giving them some of my greatest juke moves out there. I mean, I hit this outside and juke. Oh man, I made a miss. Break a tackle, hit that sideline and go in for 6. I absolutely run it outside again, and number 19 caught me with the shoestring. That was kind of bad, but absolutely bouncing it outside with the speed that I have, man, I was just getting faster by the practice. I'm telling you, when I first came here, I was stutter stepping and not going anywhere, but absolutely with 4 reps left in practice, I hit it outside again, and man, I was just giving it to them all practice. I was showing them that we could dominate and not even have a game. You practice how you play. Bam! I tried to run through him, but coach said good job practicing. Going into our next game against Oklahoma State, they were a ranked team, and it was time that we showed them that we need to be ranked. But on 2nd and 12, I absolutely hit it right up the outside and absolutely said, I'm gonna go all the way for 6, and no one was gonna stop our glory. But on 2nd and 10, I run it right down the middle, juking and weaving. I should have ran through him, so my teammate helped me up, and I said it's time to punch it in that box. And on 2nd and goal, man, they all team rallied to the ball. So on 3rd and goal, I said let's try that again. We're gonna keep punching and punching and punching. We score again. It's now 24-3. On 3rd and 3, I bounce it outside with the speed that I have, but he will stop me. And man, I could have hit him with an inside juke, but I absolutely tried to run outside and he got me. But on 1st and 10, I run it straight down the gut for another TD. And on 2nd and 12, man, bam, these holes are opening up. But on 3rd and 9, I absolutely ran a route and he didn't even throw it my way. I'm wide open. Throw me the ball. But on 2nd and 6, I get the first down, and on 2nd and 4, I catch a juke. Oh man, I could go get that first down and more. I hurdle up, and man, I bet not hurdle again, because last time I hurdled, it was not good. I didn't come back. On 1st and 10, the quarterback must have heard me because he threw me the ball and I absolutely ran through him. But on 2nd and goal, I tried to punch it in. I almost got back up. But on 3rd and goal, I kept running into this guard. Man, get out my way. So I go in for 6. I get player of the game with 5 total TDs. After having a ball-out game, I'm talking about the best game that I had this season in practice. Man, I was going to come out here and practice how I did last week, but even better. Because if I practice better, then I'm going to play better. So I break a tackle in the backfield, bounce it outside, I juke and he just got blocked up. And I go in for a 6. It's like every time I was touching that ball, man, our offensive line is just getting better, man. Those sleds that they were pushing are paying off, man. The inside run that we were having in practice was absolutely going insane. The defensive coordinator, man, he was on his tippy toes, mad than a dog. Cause boy, we was running all over our defense, man. They look like the bird dogs. So that's already winning the day in practice. Let's just add some ice into it to make coach even matter. Cause we want to get better, don't we, Juke? Oh man, made 2 of them miss. But yeah, let's get them better. With 10 reps left in practice, they finally get their first play. But the last rep, I said, I'm going to try to take this to the crib. But it was a good run. Going into our next game, man, after having a great practice, going into the Big 12 conference game against Baylor, man, it was time to show these boys while we're at home, why we are the best team on the planet. But Juke, oh man, they absolutely rallied the ball. And on 1st and 10, I still fail to realize why they got me on kickoff if I'm the starting running back. They don't want to see me win. But on 2nd and 13, they were absolutely getting me early, and I was already tired, bro. I couldn't even get back up. But going back on kickoff, I absolutely hit it on that left sideline, man, and I juked back inside, and they were coming. But on 2nd and 3, I absolutely hit a sweep play, and bam, I run right through him for my first touchdown of the game. It was now 7-7, and on 2nd and 7, I had one man to beat up in that corner, and I will do so. I go all the way for 6 and told them to shh the crowd. But on 2nd and 10, bam, I laid a big block for the QB. No one ever seen that kind of play right there. But we kick 3 and we go up 17-14, but stiff arming him, I get hit in the backfield, and on 3rd and 5, coming out of that backfield, catching the ball, I don't know how he got me, but somehow, some way he made it happen. On 1st and goal not getting in there on second and go, I punched that ball right in, and man, I was fired up with my teammates. And on second and 5, I had a stretch play, and when I say I bent that corner because that defender got off of that block too late, I took it all the way to the crib and said I'm the man. But on 1st and 10, I absolutely had another sweep play, and then when I say they rallied that ball, they were in that backfield in 1.5 seconds. But on 2nd and 16, I ran it right up the middle and didn't get anywhere, and on 3rd and 4, they started to come alive. It was now 38-31, and I couldn't be stopped back. I said, no. I'm going to score, but apparently, Coach took me out of the game, and look, what was he doing? Nothing, Coach. And on 1st and 10, I get slugged to the ground. I guess I'm not strong enough. But going into the next play, I hit that corner and said, juke. Oh, man, where are you going? But going into the next play, I juke and absolutely find a way. He will make the block. I could go. Oh, no, I will not go all the way, but hitting it right up the middle. Boom! I wanted to run him over, and I did so. And I break Darren Sproles, my idol's record. Man, I was fired up. But going into the next play, catching it out of the backfield, I get boomed. I get player of the game with 4 total TDs. Going into our next practice, man, it was time to just keep grinding as we always said we would do. And getting that corner, man, I hurdled up, and I don't know why I keep doing it. Coach said, man, you do that again, I'm going to revoke your position, son. You're going to go to defense. You won't even be on this offense anymore. And I said, man, I can't hurdle up anymore. I guess I'm just trying to be an athlete out here. With me coming out here with the high motor, man, I was getting the defense better every play, but they were getting me better as well as I hit the hole, but I got brought down. Going into our next game against West Virginia on 1st and 10, I had a stretch play, and I said, let's start this game off with high intensity. Juke, oh man, I could get up that outside, and I will get brought down. Juke, oh man. But on 2nd and 8, I run it right down the middle, and I could have ran him over if I wanted to, but I ran right past him. But on 1st and 10, boom, right through him, and on 1st and 10, I will absolutely not catch it out of the backfield. But on 2nd and 10, they thought they had me bottled up, but I will find a way, run through him, and get to that goal line, but they will bring me down. It's 4th and goal. Let's find a way to get in there, and I will absolutely dive out of bounds. What was I doing? But on 2nd and 4, I hit it right up the middle, and they will bring me down. And on 1st and 10, man, these holes were opening up like I told you. Bam! He would hit me kind of hard, but I told you the offensive line was just stepping it up, man. This was the greatest O-line that you can ever play behind. But absolutely juking and weaving and trying to find a way. I didn't get anywhere, but on 3rd and 3, I will almost not catch it out of the backfield. I'm wide open. I don't know why he threw me the ball, but I'm still grateful we got it to somebody. But on 1st and goal, I will run all the way outside for 6 and said I'm fired up. It being 27-7, I had a kickoff return, and man, I said I'm gonna bounce it outside because nobody was stopping me this game. I was fearable, whatever that means. But on 1st and 10, I could hit it right up the gut and take it all the way to distance. No, I will get stopped at the 1 just like my first play of college football. Man, that was terrible. But on 1st and 10, I absolutely run it outside juke. Oh man, made a miss, but this man right here tried to humble me by knocking me out of bounds. But absolutely coming with a big block on 1st and 10, I had another sweep play, and I will, oh man, and that's what you call a Tavon Austin move, but stay on your feet. But on 3rd and 12, I will hurdle my way into the end zone, and I was fired up with my teammates. But on 1st and 10, I had another counter play, and I will bounce this one all the way outside and come back inside, and I get that ball to the ref and say, hey man, I want to do it again. But it's 48-38 with 20 seconds, and they are kicking an onside kick. Do you guys know that you're not going to win the game even if you get the ball back? It's not going to happen. But they didn't even get the ball back. We will get it back, kneel the ball, and we will go on. Look at him. He's calling a timeout. I thought the game was over. We going to kneel it again, and I get player of the game with 2 total TDs. They're having so many great games. I had almost 20,000 skill upgrade points, and man, when I tell y'all boys, I'm upgrading everything that I can. I am upgrading everything. As you can see, my overall went up to 85, and man, going into the next practice, I was here to come out intense, and I didn't even start off intense. I got hit behind the line of scrimmage, but absolutely trying to find a way. I'm not gonna lie, the defense is just getting better and better and better and better, but I'm just spinning my way trying to find a way, but I run it right down the middle and juke, and I said, let's get this thing started. And catching a screenplay out of the backfield, I said I'm gonna go back inside and take this one all the way to the crib. But going into the next play, man, these holes started opening up. Once I said, let's get it started, bam, I wanted to run through him. On to the next play. These inside zones, man, I was reading our center and he was tearing our nose guard up. I mean, absolutely blocking him up. But I will go on and score one more TD. With having a great practice, going into our next game against Iowa State, we are now ranked number 3 and they are ranked number 12, and it's time to knock them off. But on 2nd and 3, I had a counter play and absolutely bent that corner in the snow. Mind you, I can't even grip the grass how I want to, but I made them cuts as right as I could. But on 1st and 10, look, I did it again, and I almost went inside this time. But on 1st and 10, you got to bob and weave and absolutely spin move to try to get a first down. But on 2nd and 1, getting the first down, going into the next play, absolutely get thrown to the ground. But on 1st and 10, I wasn't giving up. I said, I'm a boom. I tried to run him over, but I just ran right past him somehow, some way. But on 3rd and goal, I did my hurdle up. I'm surprised coach didn't get on me because I scored, but I can't do it again. But going into the next play, we absolutely go down and scored. And that wasn't me that time. That was the wide receiver. So I'm finally getting some help, but I absolutely get boomed in the backfield. And on 2nd and 3, I run a stretch and I got one man to beat. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lower that shoulder. But absolutely on kickoff, being a special teams player, man, I didn't do anything. They need to take me off of there. It's just making me tired going into the next drive and I get hit like that. But on 3rd and 1, I couldn't get the first down. They will strip the ball out. I fumble it. They recover it. They're now up 38-35. And I said, I'm not going to be stopped. I bounced it out on special teams, being a special team, special players, special, what does he say? Hello, brother. But absolutely on kickoff, I said, I'm going to bounce it out again. And man, look at this team. They were rallying the ball, but trying to catch this. Oh man, that bout ended bad. Just look at this. What was Flash Gigglespeed out there doing? Hitting it off of his helmet. I think the snow was just too much of a blizzard for him. But on 2nd and 7, he will absolutely hit it right up the middle, making this defender miss, and he will go all the way for 6, and he was absolutely fired up. But going on kickoff again, it's 52-49, and we somehow, some way got to get in great position so we could go in and score. And I mean, he will go all the way. He will get brought down, and it was a clipping call, and my teammates absolutely didn't care. They didn't care. So we fumbled the ball, and on 3rd and 3, we get it back, and we were going to score, and we win the ball game. I get player of the game with 4 total TDs. What a great game. Almost losing our game-winning streak of being undefeated, going into the next practice. Oh man, Flash Gigglespeed will take it all the way to the crib. But going into the next play, he spin moves, then jukes, then he said he was going to find a way, but he gets brought down, bouncing it outside. I mean, he just loves going outside, and he will almost go for another TD. But going right up the middle, I kind of bounce it out left, and I could, man, just look at that speed. That's why they call him Flash Gigglespeed. But he absolutely makes his spin moves and spins for no reason. He absolutely could have kept going, but catching the screen pass, he will keep it outside, and he has one man to beat, and he will beat him. But absolutely, with 6 more reps left in practice, I'm going to give it all I got for every rep, so you ain't going to stop me, buddy. But absolutely running it, bam, right through the middle. They didn't even want to hit me, so I'm going to stay on my feet. Into our next game against Texas Tech, it's like every time we play away, it rains, but why would I go inside? I had the whole left side to go all the way to the crib. Why would I go inside, man? That was terrible for me. That was a horrible read, and that's why y'all be up in the comments saying you got no vision. I see what y'all talking about. I don't got no vision. But on 1st and 10, I absolutely had a stretch play, and I will run it right up the gut. Oh man, Flash Gigglespeed breaks loose, and it's not to be stopped or messed with. He is going insane. But on 1st and 10, we're already up 7-0, and I wanted to juke. I should have ran through him instead because it would have got me to that end zone, but I just don't get it with hurdling up till I get hurt again. But I will get the first down and absolutely make another special teams play, bouncing it outside again. I got one man to beat. I could go inside, and they rallied the ball. But on 1st and 10, I hit it back outside again, and I said, I'm going to run through you because you're on your back now. Get up. On 1st and goal, I had an inside zone, and I just didn't make it happen. So on 2nd and goal, we had a read option, and the QB finally gets some glory. But on 1st and 10, juke, I would get the first down. And on 1st and 10, I catch it out of the backfield, and man, I was tired. Coach put me on the bench for some odd reason. And on 1st and goal, they would go down and score. So I get back on kickoff and said, let me make my name known. Flash Gigglespeed breaks loose again, and man, he's a special teams player. I see why they still got me back there. But on second and goal, I did not get in. So on third and goal, I said I'm gonna go get in. Either way, I don't get in the first time, I'm gonna get back up on my feet. Look at this. Catch it. Juke. Go get that first down. That is a freak of nature. But on second and 6, oh man, they hit me behind the line of the scrimmage. And on first and 10, I will run this inside zone and get the first down. It's time to chew the clock. But on first and 10, I run it right up the middle again. Almost broke out. He lucky. I shushed the crowd. We kneeled the ball. I get player of the game with 2 total TDs. On to our next game against TCU. I said y'all look too much like us. So on first and 10, I hit that thing straight up the middle and flash. Gigglespeed could go all the way to distance. And man, that boy's a freak of nature. So on kickoff, I said, man, let's go down and do it again. So I hit that hole and oh man, I will not to be catched, but I step out of bounds. But on second and 7, I hit it right up the middle, breaking tackles, breaking another one. And man, just look at that, son. Get off of me, man. You so boy, you not on my level. But on first and 10, I will hit it outside again and boom, I ran through him. Going into the next play on second and 5, the stretch play is my favorite play because it gives me more speed to get downhill. But on third and 5, I will absolutely not catch it out of the backfield. It's the QB, man. He's pissing me off. He's not throwing great passes, but I fair catch. And just look at that. Lucky I got back on it, man, because that was terrible by me. But absolutely juking and weaving, breaking tackles on second and 8. I might be better than Darren Sproles, even though he's my inspiration. But I could and I would go all the way. But on first and 10, man, they bottled me up. But on third and 4, I absolutely go for another route. And I'm just sitting there just watching my teammates go. And he will, and he could go 4-6. And we are at this point letting everybody eat. On second and 1, I said I'm not going to let my foot off that pedal. If we going to run a score up, then we going to go out there and put 100 up. Boy, I could go all the way, but I get caught. But on second and inches, I will absolutely say this time I tried. But the next time, I'm going to take it all the way for you all. But on first and 10, they got me behind a line of scrimmage. And what did I tell y'all? Once I get a breakaway again, I was going to take it all the way. But on third and 9, I absolutely catch this ball out of the backfield, and he slowed me down by my face mask. I get player of the game with 3 total TDs. Going into our next game against Oklahoma, they're ranked number 25, and I don't know why, but I get the first down, and on first and 10, man, I got scared for a minute, and that's how I get hurt. Every time I run scared, I get hurt, man. But on kickoff, I absolutely said, we got to return this. It's 10-0. Let me get the momentum started, and it just didn't happen. Nothing got started. But on first and 10, I said, at least I could try to go get a first down, but coach took me out, and you know who's getting the glory? Trayshawn. He's getting all the glory. But on first and 10, I absolutely bounce it outside again and run through him and absolutely juke. But man, he threw me down like I was a little kid. What do I look like to him? A little boy? I know I'm small, but dang, man, you don't have to bully me out there. But I was getting kind of frustrated because QB always overthrow me when he throw me the ball. But absolutely hitting it up the middle. It's 10-10, and it's time to go score. Going into the next play, I run it straight up the middle, bounce it outside, and get nowhere. But absolutely going into the next play again, I run through him, and I said I'm working my way up to that end zone, and I will get in. But going into the kickoff, I said, man, let's turn the momentum up. Every time we score, they go back and score, and we're always down. So how are we down? So on first and 10, I said, let me take this one all the way, and I just couldn't. But you know what? They took me out the game, and the QB just didn't get in. But on first and 10, I run it outside again, and man, I get pushed out of bounds. But on second and 1, I couldn't bend that corner, but I get thrown out of bounds again. But going into the next play on first and 10, I said, let me give it my all for boom, I get taken out again. But on first and 10, I run it straight down. I said, I got to get my payback. He not just going to hit me that hard and I not get my get back. But it's 42-38, and I'm not going to lie. In my head, I'm thinking we going to lose this ball game. Psych, I lied. I got the dog mentality, and I will catch that ball and say, hey, get the ball, ref. I'm finna turn up. So I hit it outside, and I could and I would almost go all the way. But on first and goal, I bounce it outside and will take it all the way. It's now 52-42, and guess what we're doing? We pounding it and absolutely in the game, get player of the game with 3 total TDs. Thus going against by far the worst team in our conference. They're 1-10 Kansas. It's time to set the bar and show them that if we win this game, then we're gonna win our whole conference. Absolutely. We're already 11-0. We win one more, then we win the conference championship. So this is the game right here to win the conference championship. And on 1st and 10, I absolutely wasn't doing good to start the game off, but I threw that boy off of me. But on 2nd and 6, I was running a wheel route and juke. Oh man, he went flying. That's how you absolutely do a juke move right there. That's beautiful, man. But absolutely on 1st and 10, inside zone, but I made it outside basically. But on 1st and goal, man, they rallied the ball and threw me down and said, "You're not getting in. We have nothing to lose." I said, "You know what? I got something to lose." And you know what that is? My respect for y'all. But on 1st and 10, I absolutely did a juke move and said, "I'm going to get up this field," but he will absolutely halt me. And guess what? It's always a clipping call when something good happens for Flash Gigglespeed. But on 1st and 10, I go in with another TD and I was hyped with my teammates. And on 1st and 10, man, I was trying to get that first down. And on 2nd and 1, I tried to spin move. Oh man, I'm going to break up out of that and Flash Gigglespeed could go all the way. That might be the greatest run in history right there. Man, that was crazy. But on 2nd and 11, I could bounce it outside and I said, "What?" Stepped out of bounds. But on 1st and 10, I will hit it right up the side again and ran him over. Oh man, he's on his back. Get up. But catching another pass that wasn't even mine, I get player of the game with 4 total TDs and we will win the Big 12 championship. As a freshman coming in and taking over, we are headed to the college football playoffs against the Florida Gators. But man, what a day to be alive, to be in the college football playoffs and know that we are going all the way off the rip. You know, it's a great feeling. So going against the Florida Gators, it was time to show them who we are. And they already went up 7-0. And I'm not going to lie, the offense, we couldn't get nothing started. Juke, I made a miss. But I didn't score. Bam, he absolutely cleaned my clock. And that wasn't just a hit, man. I fumbled the ball and I was absolutely disappointed. I was absolutely pissing the bed. But absolutely making a spin move and hitting it right up the middle. I finally got my day started and said, I'm finna start toting this ball. But absolutely having to block, the QB threw a dagger and we got down to that goal line. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna punch that ball in with a TD. So I bounced it outside and man, spin move. He made me lose my breath. Dang, that was a crazy spin move. Hey, what do they call it? Tavon Austin there, brother. Hey, brother. But absolutely getting rallied by the ball on 2nd and 5. I will absolutely bounce it outside and said, I'm gonna try to spin move and maybe I need to stop because it's just starting to not work for me there. But on 1st and 10, running it straight down the gut, they took me out of the game and you know who's getting all the glory. Trayshawn, there he goes. It's 21-28 and on 1st and 10, man, I'm gonna run that ball as hard as I can. And on 1st and 10, look at that running defenders over. I about caught my balance. But on 1st and 10, get off of me, boy. I don't care who you are. But on 1st and 10, I run it outside again. Yes, 1st and 10 every time because you know why? I'm getting a first down. But on 2nd and 10, he threw me to the ground and I didn't really like that. But on 1st and 10, I bounce it outside again and we'll get that first down. It's one thing about me and one thing for sure. I'm going to get the chill. Oh, man, I'm going to get that first down regardless. I got up fired up with my teammates and on 2nd and 1, I will hurl up 4-6. And on kickoff, I said it's 34-34. This game is getting intense and something has to change. And I said I'm going to break tackles and keep it on that outside. But he brings me down. And on 2nd and goal, I go in with another TD. And man, on 2nd and 3, it's 41-34. It's like they're striking back every time we go score. So I break a tackle, but I get brought down and we will absolutely kick 3. And guess what? We kneel the ball and we act like we won the championship. But guess what? I will go on and get player of the game with 3 total TDs and we will now be advancing to go play Notre Dame in round 2 of the playoffs. Going into our next game of the round 2 of the college football playoffs against Notre Dame. They were ranked number 2, so they were better than us. I didn't even get to the 25. I didn't start off well. But on 1st and 10, I made a spin move and will get up that outside. And I got pushed out, but I got up fired up. But guess what? Coach take me out. Trayshawn gets the glory and he gets 1 yard. But on 1st and 10, I absolutely had the outside zone. And I said, Coach, I get a first down every time. I don't understand why you take me out. I know my skills aren't as high and I get tired quick, but Coach, keep me in the game. I'm the one that's going to win us this ball game. So on 2nd and 5, I will bounce it all the way outside. And man, I could have went for 6, but my teammate ran into me. But on 2nd second and 8, he bounces me outside. I thank you for the boost. But on second and 2, absolutely spin move, another boost. They're not wrapping up, coach. They're not wrapping up. But absolutely, I will bounce it outside again on this kickoff return and didn't get anywhere. But on first and 10, juke. Oh man, that was a crazy quick move from Flash Gigglespeed. And on first and 10, I will run right through him. On third and inches, getting down to the goal line, I didn't have anyone to block, so the QB tucked the ball and went in for 6. That was a great move by you. About time you did something right. And on first and 10, juke. Oh man, catching my balance. I will not get the first down, but almost breaking a tackle in that backfield. Son, get off of me. That was a crazy stiff arm, but he tripped me up. Hey, I give you props to that one. Good shoestring, buddy, because I was about gone. But on third and goal, I will work my way into that end zone. And on third and goal, again, I dropped the pass. Come on. It's 38-35. And on third and 11, I was just pissed. He didn't throw me the ball. I felt I was open. I would have caught the ball, and he just didn't throw it. But on first and 10, I got stood up. And on second and 11, man, they were coming alive. And on second and 9, I said, you think y'all gonna stop me? It's 45, and I'm gonna punch the ball. But absolutely, winning the game, I get play of the game was scoring the ball, and this is how you want a QB to look after a game, man. I get player of the game with 1 total TD. That's kind of not normal for me, but we are headed to the college football state championship. To the most important practice ever, the day before the national championship game. Yes, we actually practiced before the game because we practice how we play. It doesn't matter if it's raining. We gonna go out there. We don't care who get hurt. You're just not tough enough. You gotta have tough skin if you want to play football, son. But going into the next play, I absolutely broke a tackle and said, I'm gonna get y'all boys better because this Alabama team we playing, they're not coming to play. But we had 13 more reps in practice, and man, I got thrown to the ground. I'm not gonna lie. He humbled me there, but I humbled this defense as well as I took it all the way for 6. But going into the last play in practice, man, I said we gotta go out here and win this ball game. So I ended it off with something special. The day is finally here. Going into the college football national championship, it's time for Flash Gigglespeed to show Alabama who he is. Going to the next play on third and 2, I absolutely had a stretch play and got thrown to the ground, but on first and 10, I'm not gonna lie, man, I was routing him up with a spin move and juke. Oh man, I was pulling things out of my bag that I haven't pulled out all season. But it's 7-0. They go up to score early on, and on kickoff, man, I got hit. It's like I just can't get started. Oh man, it's like I get around that corner and finally get started, a first down, and man, that's all you need to be a great running back, man. Just get a first down every time you touch the ball. But man, I was over here stutter stepping, running right through him, hit that sideline and got pushed out of bounds. But on first and 10, I run it straight up the middle, and man, I was almost in the end zone if I would have went left, but I went right. With it being 14-14, it's time for us to turn it up a notch. Getting down to the goal line on second and goal, I will punch this ball in somehow, some way, give all praises to the Most High, cause I am blessed. But absolutely, being 28-21, it's like every time we strike, they strike back. So on kickoff, I said, I'm gonna give y'all something to get the momentum up, and we absolutely got the momentum up right there. And on second and 5, breaking tackles, I get that first down, and man, look at them, hey, both of them miss. That's great ball running. That's what you call it. Great ball running right there, fellas. But getting the first down again on first and 10, man, this defense started rallying the ball. It's now 45-28, and we've never been whooped like this in our life. And man, I go up with the hurdle. When I go up like that, yeah, that's how you know the ball game's kind of over with, man. So I finally found the crease and just got thrown to the ground again. Catching another kickoff. It's 35-52 with 44 seconds. I'm kind of just giving up out here. And man, we going to watch them boys celebrate. We got all this way for them to be champions. But guess what? Flash Gigglespeed is the Heisman. Yeah, at least he won Heisman. But man, this is the end of the video. I appreciate y'all watching if you watched this far. But Flash Gigglespeed has some big decisions to make after losing this one. It's either he come back or it's either he hit that transfer portal. Let me know what you think his next decision gonna be.